Shifting focus, a five-judge constitution bench of the Supreme Court is set to begin hearing pleas challenging the validity of electoral bonds scheme from today. Ahead of the hearing, Attorney General R. Venkatramani, on behalf of Centre, said that citizens do not have the right to information regarding source of funds. Back in April 2019, the Supreme Court had refrained from halting the electoral bond scheme, emphasizing the need for a comprehensive hearing on the issue. Previously, the Centre and the Election Commission presented opposing views in court regarding funding via electoral bonds. While the government advocated for preserving the anonymity of the donors, the EC argued in favour of disclosing donor identities to promote transparency. The electoral bond system, which was announced in 2017 budget, allows anonymous donations to political parties by both individuals and groups. A donor can purchase these bonds from authorized SBI branches, which can then be encashed by political parties within 15 days. Five-judge Constitution bench of the Apex Court will be hearing the pleas challenging the validity of electoral bonds scheme from today. In fact, the AG had, on behalf of Centre, said that citizens don't have the right to information regarding the source of this funding. In fact, the Supreme Court had refrained from halting the scheme, emphasizing the need for a comprehensive hearing on this issue. Of course, five-judge bench to hear this case. In fact, these are connected to pleas challenging the bonds validity. Government, of course, standing firm. And, of course, previously the Centre and Election Commission had presented opposite views regarding the funding via electoral bonds. Government says that the anonymity must be preserved, whereas the EC says it must be disclosed. In fact, electoral bond system was announced in 2017 budget. This allows anonymous donations to political parties by both individuals as well as groups. In fact, a donor can purchase these bonds from authorized SBI branches, which can then be encashed by political parties within 15 days. So, of course, Centre pointing to five-judge constitution bench that electoral bonds, in fact, facilitate transfer of funds to political parties through banking channels, ensure transparency and so on. Of course, those are the details we are picking up at this point. Now this hearing set to take place. Centre placing its affidavit as well, which comes in the backdrop of a batch of petitions challenging the electoral bond scheme. So citizens have no right to know about the source of electoral bonds, is what the Centre told the Supreme Court in its affidavit. In an affidavit regarding the pleas challenging the electoral bond scheme, Centre has told the Supreme Court that citizens have no general right to know anything and everything about these source of funding without being subjected to reasonable restrictions. Attorney General, they're telling the top court that citizens have no general right to know anything and everything without being subjected to reasonable restriction, as the right to know can be for specific ends or purposes and not otherwise.